네, 돌아왔습니다. 자, 엠브로스 저택으로 가보죠. 누굴 데려가지? 일단 목사를 데려가죠. 우리 전유한 목사님.
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
Aw, that's no fun.
I've never seen a more effective argument against blindly following a preordained plan.
우린 요거 이용하죠.
And help itself. These do not be concerned.
망가진 것 같네요. 여긴 뭐지? 아싸. 여기 털어. 빗장이 걸려 있대요. 지하나 어디론가 통하는 길이 있는 것 같군요. 일단 가정 무시합시다.
People will go to extraordinary lengths to define themselves, won't they? This is just a facade to hide behind.
At the very least, there ought to be something worth stealing in there.
늘 훔칠 만한 물건이 있다는 게 좀. 내가 엘리를 이래서 좋아해. 바르바티는 좋긴 좋은데 뭐 자꾸 도와달라는. 바르바티가 양심이긴 해.
Okay, maybe not.
This place has the distinct feeling of a crypt.
뒤에 공간이 있구만.
Secret tunnel. Interesting architectural choice. Impressive as always.
음.
done.
Dear Wilhelmina, I hope this letter finds you well. No, it's too stilted. It sounds like I'm writing to request a loan. Dearest Wilhelmina, I regret to tell you. Law, no, that's worse. When have I ever called her dearest? She's my daughter. This should be easy. How can a mother not know how to talk to her own daughter? My love, I can no longer... For your safety, I must... Oh, hell. Even if she despises me for what I had to do, I should still be able to say goodbye. Minnie, I have to leave, and I don't intend to come back. I love you. I'm so sorry.
So who the devil are you? You don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon. To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star. I'm Wilhelmina Ambrose, but you can keep it short. Call me Minnie. Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company. Are you an honest-to-law vagabond? We don't see a lot of your type around here. Oh, we don't see a lot of anyone, in fact. No neighbors means no visitors.
You're out here alone? I'd go crazy.
Sounds perfect for solitary contemplation.
극과 극이.
I'd give you the grand tour, but as you can see, the place is in shambles. Maybe you don't see the dust. Maybe you don't smell the stench of failure. But it's there, believe me. A severed arm. How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop. Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles.
He's definitely not doing that anymore.
The more lost we feel, the more we put on a show for others.
What if something happened to him? Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now? You suspect foul play? Interesting. If we're being honest, I haven't given it much thought. What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback. Settling an old score. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
Remember, play hard to get. That's negotiation.
I don't believe you thought this through. Or much else for that matter.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands. I like my employees well-groomed. Appearances are everything in high society. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck. I wish I could say otherwise. One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying. Everything you can imagine and more. Dereliction of duty, circulating anti-corporate memos, taking longer than average coffee breaks. The list goes on. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it. The truth. Mother is gone. Gorgon... That will depend on what we learn. The scope of this cover-up is enormous. Whatever Spacer's Choice is hiding could bring ruin down on their heads. Or it could just be another dead end. We won't know till we look, will we? I admired Mother, but we weren't close. She disapproved of everything about me, really. I couldn't measure up to her example. She didn't make time for us. I remember thinking that she never wanted a child, and never forgave me for being one. Naive and irresponsible as I was. I don't know what would have made Mother happy. After a while, we weren't terribly... Mother and Gorgon were made. Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't... We're going to drag... All the evidence I need should be in Mother. I'm not surprised. Speak freely, Captain. I suspect it will... Mother was a brilliant woman. Difficult. Then my This is my last hope. I didn't want to go any... I even had Mother declared legally... It isn't as bad as you... Mother's body is still on Gorgon. I killed Mother.
Damn.
I once...
You know, some people work hard just to break out.
Break back into high society, yes. That's the ember. The smear campaign against Mother was the work of cowards. At the very least, this calling after Gorg. That is why I'm clearing the record and vindicating the ember. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness. There's a little...
I think I've heard of that place.
Just so... Between your payment and any salvage you happen across. Finally. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels. Spacers. A word of it. Mother's office isn't...
It's not...
Don't worry about us.
가봅시다. 우리 양심 데려가야지.
Look at those stars. Don't it make you feel small in the best way?
고장났네.
This unit reminds you that death is a prison without doors.
Come here. Let's have a chat. Don't want to chat? Fine. You're on my list now, bub. All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now. Good. Look up. Now look down. You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation. Good enough for me. You're cleared to pass. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs. Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better. First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself. It's never pretty. This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet on the way downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they stay outside, where they belong. Just don't ask me to dance. Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele.
That's us. And I thought this place was gonna be fun.
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt. This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunder the old labs. The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape, so progress is slow. A lot of time to drink and reevaluate, then venture out and try again. Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals. The kind with nasty side effects. Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack,
Talk to Lex behind the bar.
Stay cool.
Smell that? Cheap whiskey and stale cigarettes. My kind of thing. Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's burp.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit.
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
I risked my life sneaking around marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough. This is a family establishment. You want to make a mess? You make it outside.
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
That's what I've been trying to tell him, but he won't listen.
It's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been at this, and we still can't agree on how to properly tag salvage.
Now you two listen. This is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats. You do that for me? Nothing's free on Gore. Freddy? Trix.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation. So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day, so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
Quit leading the prosecution, Hullhead. Anyway, that's my story, sir. I drew an X in the dirt, with my toe.
발가락으로?
Wouldn't surprise me in the least, but that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility. You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
Thank you.
You'll pay for this.
Here's a six-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now, a little too often. All right, till it'll take a while. Come and
We could always go back and rile him up again later. That's my captain.
Sorry about Freddy and Trixie. When they're not fighting over salvage, they like to blow off steam during work hours, but as soon as they clock out, they turn into a pair of kittens. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be? Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage. Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while. Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road. The way he talked about the job, you just knew Lucky had hit pay dirt. Not that I was jealous. Around here, that sort of luck can be hazardous to your health. Awful shame about what happened to him. 3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't... Fair warning, I've been... Spacer's choice. They say a dream... Roscoe might... There's always... He's been here. He got left behind when Spacer's choice pulled... Roscoe's drinks are on the house. He'll be up. He didn't tell... If you believe... Nice lady. She spends most of her day... Now that you mention it, I thought I saw... I don't speak it. What are friends for? I doubt anyone knows the full... And the weirdest thing of all... Damn right we are. When Space... Of course, you got it. Yes and no. When Spacer's choice... Yeah, rumor has it. See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her. If there were...
You know, they do something similar.
You think a Sprat could own Edgewater? Oh,
Anyway, easy. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt. As far as business arrangements, they didn't even serve drink. Again, that one was Hagen's idea. Thirsty people come and go from all over. That's how we get the... Or...
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case. Do you think the folks here like strangers? 'Cause some of them are looking at us like maybe not. Real slick. As a medical professional, I gotta say, that is very well preserved and disgusting. Think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
What we got there?
Adrena time, I think.
Huh, who's this now? I wonder if they could... Nah, who am I kidding? Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal. But you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook. Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death. If you're going back out there...
Does this involve going somewhere we don't belong?
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5... Told you I was a journalist. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice... Right? Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun.
그렇겠지.
But you... Help me get my recordings... All right. I give another You'll find... It's in the main lab storage. The final... It's tucked behind a pipe and up... What with the test subjects run... Strength...
What's the story with this place anyway?
Jerome would have loved this place. You don't look... You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here, and whose journey's far from over. You're kidding. I don't know if you're looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome... That was above my pay. Month...
In his final hours, Gorgon was when the As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and here. This place is greedy. I gave it to him no, I don't know. Jerome used to yeah? That old flirt? Yeah. I let him buy me a drink or two. He fell asleep with his he bragged. He put on guess who sure thing. I wanted to I don't
So, how you feeling?
Good. Someone's in here. Oh, lol. It's coming back up again.
I'm alright. That last one really emptied my guts. Are you my agent on the ground? I've been sent to the superstar.
Left hand, Captain.
I don't know.
Lucky's problem was that he was always overconfident in himself. But us? We got this, whatever it is.
You think this place we're headed will tell us more about Oregon? I wonder what they got up to here.
아따 멀기도 많이 머네.
Whatever happened here, we're not gonna be next. Be ready.
That's the last of them!
그냥 살지 말걸. 아, 미리 찍어 놓을 수 있으면 찍어 놓는 게 제일 좋긴 좋은데.
the abandoned parts.
Let's keep moving. Incoming! Like true professionals. Like I was saying, let's keep moving before we get all introspective. You, doing okay, Parvati?
I've been better. But thank you for asking.
Incoming! I'm warmed up now. As a doctor, I'd say you've got a 6% chance of surviving the fall.
Don't look, don't look, don't look.
휴대용 죽임기 저기는 지금 못 가네요.
Don't mess with us. Miss Ellie, or, Doctor Polko, I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Oh, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring.
I could take a look. Maybe fix it for you. Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean,
It don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here. Everything's got a price.
Dr. Ambrose, tell me about Adrenatime. What does it do?
Hasn't Clarence already dumped a pile of promotional materials on your head?
Where's the fun in that? My listeners want to hear it in your own words.
It's an injectable drug that improves a patient's speed, awareness, mental acuity, and endurance. In moderation, Adrenatime will uplift the laboring classes by strengthening their minds and work ethic.
That's quite the mission. What's driving this vision of uplift?
I am a solutions-oriented woman. I see a problem and I am moved to solve it. Poverty is one such problem. Through science, I believe we can improve the poor, and in so doing, improve Halcyon.
Close call. I thought I knew the OCI backwards and forwards. The Marauders got a way of finding every nook and cranny on this rock. OCI. Fancy joint. Smells like Wentworth's and leather. A real slice of Byzantium. You don't set that up unless you're planning something big. Adrena time? Sure. But something tells me there's more to the story. Got a hunch to follow up on near the old mines. I'm leaving this here, in case I gotta come back.
Initiating ocular measurement. Measurement complete. Ocular identification complete. Welcome, Clarence Mosley. Access granted. Welcome to the Office of Creative Incubation.
Wait, this is a space resource office? Something's definitely off. They got one for Edgewater. Oh, it's just some tuna. Come on, we got a volcano too. They really think that Trina time does all that?
Don't let sleep rob you of your life. Cut your listening hours at home and
훔칠 게 많구만. 와 있네요.
war with Space Restore's guards, too. I hope they're passing this way. Make him regret it. That's the last of them.
About your test subjects, I assume you're trying new formulations on humans, correct? Where do they come from, Dr. Ambrose? They come from Tartarus, don't they?
They do.
Why the reluctance? Providing life-affirming employment to the indigent, the criminally indigent. Well, that's a social good, don't you agree?
I have a staff meeting to.
Pass them up. Come out, play. I do hide in a bunker.
I have a staff meeting to attend. Excuse me.
Their mistake. Wow, not even a threat.
응?
sweeping
Take your
these
best
areas.
shot, asshole. Got 'em all. Shoot. This place got me feeling like I might dirty it up just by looking at it.
I knew I heard a little weasel sniffing about. You'd best go back the way you came. There's nothing for you here. I understand that you think yourself a big hero here on a big, important job. The last one did too. But you've grossly misapprehended the situation here.
Mm-hmm.
This place is a graveyard. All that was done here should be forgotten and left to rot. I did, and I'm prepared to do worse if you ignore my warning. Gorgon is the birthplace of marauders. We created them here, in this very facility. They are our misbegotten children, born of hubris and vanity.
That don't make any sense. How could marauders get to Edgewater from all the way out here?
But marauders are just mindless lunatics, right? There can't be more to it than that.
They hold no fondness for trespassers. I've placed the facility under emergency lockdown to keep them safe. Let the marauders die in peace, or I will make certain that you die with them.
Marauders have caused almost as much death and destruction as factory accidents. If whoever that was is right, this place is hiding something big.
My friends and neighbors became marauders, Captain. They hurt a lot of folks, and Edgewater still ain't the same.
Now that someone's telling us not to go digging, we're looking for a comms tower, right? Ought to be one. One of the tallest things. Don't you worry, Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work, put you to rest, good and proper.
You find anything out there you left? That's it. Here. You didn't happen to find anything else out there, did you? A marauder? Don't tell me that's the end of it. Was there anything else? You're right. Jerome got me out of Gorgon. I can honor his memory by...
I was expecting that to go a lot. I think you did the right thing, Captain, but
화장실 좀 갔다 올게요.